Welcome to Screencast, Kind of Funny's only entertainment-based podcast where we come together and talk about TV shows, movies, and today, streaming services.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
baby.
big one today. This show is usually streamed every Friday around 11-ish. Today it is Tuesday at 11:33, but we are doing a special early episode so we can talk about all this D23 information that Disney has thrown at us.
Which is a lot of movie stuff, a lot of TV stuff, a lot of streaming stuff.
It's exciting stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what this show's all about.
It is indeed. I can't wait to hear your guys' opinion on all this stuff.
I'm very
There's a lot of
excited to
good
talk
stuff.
about it.
Yeah, because there's lots of interesting. I have my opinions.
So we're streamed every day on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. But if you don't have time to watch us live, you can go to youtube.com/kindoffunny or Rooster Teeth and find our video on demand there. If you don't want to look at our faces, you can go to your favorite podcast apps and find us there. And if for any reason we're not on it, let Tim know.
At Tim Gettys, tweet
Also
at me,
let Tim
and I'll
know.
get us there. And let me host, please.
Let me host this on your podcast services.
Hey,
That works. That really works.
Look
Yeah.
at that. Firing on all cylinders today.
You can help support us by going to patreon.com/kindoffunny and help at any tier. You go to the bronze tier, you can throw in your answers to the cool questions I throw at you.
Kevin's Cool Questions Club.
That's amazing.
There it is.
That's too many C's.
I am your
Not
host.
that many C's. 1K and 1Q.
Oh, man.
Took me a second, but we're there.
I'm your host, Kevin Coelho. To my immediate right, we have one, Nick Scarpino, the man with the three-fingered review.
Is it good? Is it bad? Or is it Nick? Scale.
Scale.
To your right, my left, Tim,
The man with the plan.
the man with the plan.
Got
Gettys.
my laptop today.
I know.
You know what that means.
Yeah, you're taking
I'm about
over.
to dive deep, bitches.
Let's
But
go.
before we do that, let's go over some housekeeping very
Keep my
quickly.
house, please, Kevin.
PAX is this week. Guild Wars event on Friday morning. KFG Showcase Friday at 4:30. Inner Sight Championship Saturday at 8. You can find more information about all these things at kindoffunny.com/events.
I'm not judging you, Nick. But is that iced coffee and Coke Zero?
No, the iced coffee has been finished a long
Got
time
it.
ago.
So the Coke Zero's just in there.
Coke Zero number
Yeah,
two.
yeah, yeah.
Not judging.
Yeah,
No, you got to be
Just-
real careful.
He likes
the,
reusing
the
it.
Diet Coke and the iced coffee actually, if you have a little bit of iced coffee left and you put Diet Coke in, it actually kind of mixes together. But for some reason, the CZ does not work well with coffee. So you got to make sure it's all cleaned out. Some
Sure.
fresh ice if you can.
For some reason,
Also, I want to
doesn't
just give a shout out to my Starbucks. Got the old plastic straws back.
Good
Probably
old
not
straw.
forever. They probably just found a box of them, but you know what? Fuck the turtles.
nope. No, that was I think maybe too much. We like
Just
the
like
turtles.
that dog. You'll see
Oh,
the Kind of Funny
shit.
podcast on Friday.
Jesus
If you ever
Christ.
want to watch a dog fuck a turtle.
Boy,
We
Gee
don't
whiz.
watch it, do we?
Yeah, we
no,
do.
no, I
Not
don't
on
think
the
so. I don't
podcast.
think so.
We
Yeah, we
watched
talked
it.
about it quite a bit.
he was going ham on that thing, on that turtle ass.
Another piece of housekeeping, you go to kindoffunny.com/store and get the Connect Between 3 and 5 shirt and the new blue hoodie. It's good stuff. People real excited about that blue hoodie.
Very excited about it.
Shout outs to our Patreon producer, David Mindtell.
The mind freak.
There it is. And this show is brought to you by our sponsors, Upstart and Liquid IV, but more about that later. I'm trying to decide, you guys watch anything good recently?
Nah, let's
No,
go.
right? It's been, yeah, let's start going. I'm going to do some quick news. There it is. So let's do a couple quick stories before we jump into our big topic, D23. First, quick news story. El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie.
It's real.
Coming out
Coming soon.
October 11th, right around the corner.
Yeah.
You know, people are excited. Got
Where?
a lot of shit for not bringing it up. On Netflix. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Pretty big deal,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, no,
AMC
absolutely.
moving into a whole new world with these movies and stuff.
When this-
Walking Dead coming out soon.
When this originally got reported,
Ish.
it was stated that it was going to eventually come to...
It still is.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's still coming to...
Premiering on Netflix. Eventually we'll make it to AMC.
Cool. You excited at all about this?
Sure. I like Breaking Bad. It
Yeah.
would be
Did
interesting.
you watch the trailer?
I did not watch the trailer for it. But it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't need this.
Yeah.
It's Aaron Paul's story was nicely, like we said goodbye. I don't want to spoil the end of Breaking Bad, but I think his
been
story
long enough.
wrapped up nicely where we're just seeing him drive away and be like, okay. And that to me was good. I know this kind of picks up right where that left off. So we'll see what they end up doing with it. Well, the interesting thing for me is will they be able to nail the vibe again of the original Breaking Bad, because it was so slow and so methodical. And even watching Better Call Saul, it's not quite Breaking Bad still. So we'll see if we can dip our toe back into that pool and the water feels the same.
I'm interested to see, like, I saw a theory video a while back from Matt Pat. I think it was from Matt Pat, where he was like, did Bryan Cranston actually die? Because like the stomach wound is like you don't die super fast from it.
Yeah.
So, and like the cop lights were there, so it's interesting to see if we get a little bit more of that, like them confirming that he's dead or that he's in jail, and like
that'll be weird. That'll be interesting.
That'd be interesting to
Some
see.
Lelouch season 2 shit. None of us want that. Just
Absolutely.
keep him
No,
dead.
you're right. That's right on there. All right, let's move on to our next story. Joker gets an official rating. The MPAA has given Todd Phillips' Joker an R rating for strong, bloody violence, disturbing behavior, language, and brief sexual images.
The first DC movie to be rated R.
Yeah,
Correct?
I think that's right.
At least modern DC movie, at the very least. Yeah,
Fox is the only.
ones that have dipped their toes in that Deadpool.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Logan.
Do we see this as I mean, this is such an offshoot, though. Do we see this as really a DC movie, like in the DC universe?
It's not in the DCU.
Exactly. So, like, to me,
But
this
it's
is not
DC.
odd. To me, this is it's a Scorsese film for all intents and purposes. I know Todd Phillips is directing it, but to me, it's like it would be shocking if Martin Scorsese made a movie that was PG-13. It just doesn't work that way.
To me, this is exciting. This makes it feel like, okay, they're not going to have any restraints. They can go as hard as they want to with this movie. So
That makes that's what they need to do if you're going to do a movie about the Joker, which is you have to be able to have it be like The Dark Knight started to scrape the surface of the intensity what that character needs to be.
I thought that The Dark Knight was like I didn't think The Dark Knight needed to go further. Like,
No, but what I'm saying is if you could go further, and I think it would be to the benefit of the character.
We'll see.
Very
We've
much
heard
so.
good things about this movie recently.
Shockingly,
of
good
people.
things,
Yeah, shocking.
I mean, I'll tell you, I'm still not excited for this, but the fact that people have seen previews of it or have seen more footage of it and so it's actually starting to be pretty good. I'm like, all right, I could be turned very easily, but I don't know. We'll see.
No, I'm really excited about this. Next news story is HBO's Baller is making season 5 its final season. The upcoming 5th season of the HBO football comedy will be its last, according to star and executive producer Dwayne Johnson. The 5th and final season will debut this Sunday on HBO. I think this is exciting just because like I watched the first season of Ballers and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But like I've had very little interest in going back, and I think knowing that it has an ending, it might make me like want to binge
Catch
it.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ballers for me is always just one of those shows that you watch. It's entertaining. It's not necessarily the most poignant of dramas or comedies. It's very much in the Entourage vein, where after a few seasons, it kind of runs its course and it's time to wrap it up. So I'm very happy they're wrapping it up in season 5. Last season I watched, I think maybe, I don't even know if I finished it, truth be told. It was the one with Russell Brand when they go out to LA. Did you watch it? Wow. It's fine. But I don't know that they have too much more for these characters to do. And it sounds like The Rock is just so busy that maybe he just doesn't want to do it anymore.
I don't know how he doesn't, man.
He's
Multiple like
tough
giant
guy.
franchises, random ass just comedy movies, a 5-season HBO show.
He works constantly.
Jesus.
But I mean, to that degree, like I honestly think I do think that The Rock is starting to spread himself a bit thin these days. Like I don't know that the last season of Ballers just wasn't as good as the first couple seasons, and I don't know if that's because he's doing so much that his team can't really focus on that stuff, or if it's just that's the nature of a show that runs 5 seasons on HBO.
I think it's that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I haven't been necessarily blown away by a movie The Rock or a show The Rock's been in a long time. And again, I still love him. I still think his movies are very entertaining. But I'm happy. I would be very happy if he would just step it back like 20% and focus more on each one that he's doing, because he's doing cool projects. And Ballers is decent, but it could be better.
Also, random quick story that's tangentially related to this, like Hobbs & Shaw finally opened in China, and now all of a sudden the gap's
there you
being
go,
totally
guys. There you
bridged,
go. So we'll have numbers soon to see how it
it's
compares.
over 600 million already now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So weird that it didn't open. It's so far away for an opening from U.S. Like, because it opened in Europe and in the U.S. already, right? China, that's so weird that it got windowed there. China
There's
has
a lot
such
of weird rules there, yeah.
rules about
Yeah.
the American movies they can show. Do you think they would show? I mean, still Rock, dude. He's international.
DJ Kento was saying when we were talking about it at some point last week in the chat, he was saying that they have like 5,000 theaters or something where like screens where it could be on. So it's like
It's a numbers game, man.
And like that's a big jump. So
They like things to go boom boom, and The Rock goes boom boom.
he does.
That's
He
a
does.
huge market. So
All right. Well, our last news story before we jump into that D23, an interesting one. Eva Longoria lands directing gig for Flamin Hot Cheetos biopic.
presumably the guy that made the Flaming Hot Cheetos, the guy that was like a janitor.
Yeah,
or
he was a
something.
janitor. They're doing a biopic. We've heard about this, like rumors and stuff, for a while now.
This is just weird enough to be
Yeah.
awesome.
But I hope that this, like, they're not trying to ruin the hot Cheeto for me.
If it ends up being like this guy,
Like,
got
what if it's a
royally
fucked up
screwed
story and
over,
it's like,
Who
I'm
cares,
sitting there being
dude?
like,
Hot Cheetos
oh.
for life, baby.
you know, I mean, look, Steve Jobs
Fuck
wasn't
the
a great
turtles,
guy,
right?
but fuck the turtles.
Jesus
Still
Christ.
uses phones, you know. Still uses phones.
I don't.
I do. Me and
But
Tim
I mean, that has nothing to do with
Mr. Android
Steve
was
Jobs.
a terrible guy too. Mr. Android.
Mr. Android.
Mr. Android.
I'm going to.
The little green robot's
we're
got
gonna
some fucked
fucking
up
strangle
stories.
some turtles.
This is gonna be an interesting one. I can't wait to see more. I didn't know Eva Longoria was a director
I don't think
She's-
is.
well,
It's
she's
directorial
directed a bunch
debut,
of-
right?
for movies.
Okay.
She probably
She's
directed a bunch
directed
of
a bunch of shows.
episodes of, I imagine, Desperate Housewives when she was on that show, right?
I didn't see that on the thing.
That's
but I
what
went glanced at
often
it
happens. Is a
quickly.
lot of the stars, once the show goes, they either get like a producer credit, an executive producer credit, or they push to actually start getting their feet wet with directing. Like you'll see that a lot if you pay attention to credits. You'll see like some of the stars start. You're like, oh, directed by James Roday. You're like, oh, okay, good for you. You're starting to direct Psych now too.
A lot
Good
of the
job,
Boy
buddy.
Meets World cast did that with Girl Meets World. You can learn more about that on We Have Cool Friends with Will Friedle. That went up yesterday.
He
That
was so
awesome.
cool.
He was.
He was a very
Check it
nice
out.
guy.
All right. Let's stop wasting time. Let's jump into the topic of today.
D23, baby.
Tim Tam.
D23. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the two big panels that pertain to this show. The Disney Plus panel and the Disney Studios panel, which is the movies, all right? We're going to go through in chronological order of how we got this information, because you know what? That's how I think this is going to
Yeah.
be the most fun.
Sure.
We got to watch the Disney Plus panel through some shitty footage of somebody like that was just filming it. So me, Barrett, and Joey were here on Friday just having a great old time watching all this
They tried
stuff.
their best.
They did try their best. We couldn't see any of the actual clips that they were showing, but like we could see the announcements and logos and things like that. Key thing to start off with, they came out and, you know, a little editorializing to start all this off. Disney Plus might be the greatest attempt at just marketing success that I've ever seen anything do, any service do. They're coming out with all the right answers. It's just too much content where it's like, you want this, you want that, cool. You want TV shows, you want live action,
want
you
it
want
all for
animated.
one simple
you want
price?
This, you want the
Great.
bundle, you want simple price, you want deals on that simple price. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to give you the best deal of the day you can possibly get. They came out and started talking about this thing called the Founders Circle, where you can get 3 years of Disney Plus for $23 a month, $23 off a year. From this little D23. They're going to be cute there. But you have to be a D23 member to be able to get this deal where
But you
get
can sign up for that,
3 years,
right?
which gets you at $4 a month, Nick. Locked in for 3 years.
But here's the
so no matter
problem.
how much they raise the prices, no matter how much they do whatever in the next 3 years, you're locked in at $4 a month for 3 years.
Do you think what the problem I have with that is you can't do the bundle, right?
Yeah. The bundle gives you ad Hulu anyways.
You're making a lot of sense right
I
now,
know,
Tim. You're
I
making
know.
a lot
so
of
here's
sense.
the thing. People would be like, oh, but D23, you have to be a general member or you have to be a member for it, which is $99 a year. Or you can just sign up for a D23 free membership and still get this deal.
Interesting.
Yeah. $4 a month. That's insane.
I mean,
Locked
to be
in.
fair, $6.99 a month is pretty insane as well.
I mean, that is
like
too.
$4 a month is that's ridiculous. But when they came out of the
awesome
gate
is
saying,
what it
"Hey,
is.
all this stuff is going to be," you know, it was announced a while back, but they said $6.99. You're like, nah.
Yeah.
Now,
I've
and that is
started-
literally just a shot across Netflix's bow. Like, hey,
Everybody.
we're coming for you.
I've started receiving emails from Marvel, like whatever, like Marvel.com and DisneyRewards.com, being like, "Hey, your login won't work anymore."
Yeah,
like,
they're changing
things are
to
getting
emails
changed up.
instead
And,
of usernames. But anyways, great deal right now. Go to just Google D23 memberships. You can go in, scroll all the way down. There's a free membership, even though it doesn't look like it. And it says get membership. You can go in there and then you pay $160, I think it is, and you get 3 years of Disney Plus locked in at that price. Crazy ass deal. The first thing that they talked about is the Phineas and Ferb movie. Phineas and Ferb, Candace Against the Universe.
What are you saying?
Phineas? I don't
Phineas,
fucking know.
yeah, it's Phineas.
Excuse
Phineas.
me. I'm not
Don't
10
put
years old.
disrespect on my man's name, okay?
You stoked about this, Barrett?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Has there been other Phineas and Ferb movies?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't paid attention in
He's
a while.
like, it's the shit. Are there more movies? I don't know.
fucking know. All I know is that whenever I'm at Disneyland, in the middle of the day, there's weird parades with these fuckers, and there's that weird duck thing.
It's a platypus.
There, duck thing, platypus. There you go.
And he's like a super spy. He's pretty cool.
So, anyways, they announced this. It's gonna be available exclusively on Disney Plus. Then next up, they broke the damn internet. Lizzie McGuire. Our girl is back, baby. Nobody would have saw this coming. Hilary Duff to reprise Lizzie McGuire role for new Disney Plus series. The creator Terry Minsky will serve as showrunner. The new Lizzie McGuire will revolve around Lizzie as a 30-year-old millennial navigating life in New York City. But animated 13-year-old Lizzie is still bobbing around in adult Lizzie's head.
Does she have
Best
kids?
pitch for this show possible.
Does she have
At
kids?
30, I doubt it.
Cool Greg was like, "Does she have kids?" Like he had heard
in real
something.
life, Hilary Duff does.
No. In the in the show.
That's all the info we have on it right now. We don't know if other cast members like Lelaine are going to reappear, but we can only hope, Kevin. We can only hope. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I didn't
sense.
watch Lizzie McGuire.
Oh, you monster.
Well, I
Did
didn't
you
have-
at all,
I
or
didn't
was
have
that
Disney.
totally?
No, that was beyond. That was past my time as a child.
Lizzie McGuire is like legitimately like one of the
That's the thing that
seminal
made Hilary
shows.
Duff, though, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That was her. That's because okay.
But I mean, like this was kind of like for my generation, one of the defining shows the Disney Channel had.
This is like the Hannah
If you
Montana
had-
to Miley Cyrus.
But it's even more than that though, because like Hannah Montana's great and whatever. Like Hannah Montana, I would say like followed this, but this was definitely like this is the good one. And then they're
Give me
like,
the-
let's
give me
just
the-
keep doing the
give me
same
the
thing
pitch
over and
about
over.
Lizzie
The pitch
McGuire.
on Lizzie McGuire is she's just a 13-year-old girl. It's a sitcom, but she has this like animated like angel and devil, but it's just one person. It's just her. Like it's her mind's thoughts.
Yeah.
And like it'll just like randomly cut to this animated thing on her shoulder, like talking to her, like she's like the original Bitmoji.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's legitimately good. At some point, she dated Aaron Carter, both in real life and on the show.
Is it better than Boy Meets World?
I would say it's in a similar vein to Boy Meets World. Boy Meets World is obviously like
The difference is
the
Boy Meets
goat.
World was like on not cable.
It's NBC,
So,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could
ABC.
watch it anywhere.
ABC.
So I grew up watching Boy Meets World, no access to Disney Channel.
Yeah, the Disney Channel shows were always maybe that's what it was because I don't think I had that extended cable package growing up. I think I just had the basic
Basic
channels.
cable, yeah.
So
I don't think they really had. Lizzie McGuire
think I
ushered
ever
in
had
a
a
new
Disney
era of Disney Channel TV shows.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
they didn't really have them until this.
I think that you were too old for this.
What years are we talking for Lizzie McGuire here?
2001.
Oh, yeah, I was way too old. I was
Yeah.
drinking booze and
Yeah.
bars and Newport.
I mean, she's my age, so it's like it's my shit. Can't wait for this.
I think,
It's
you
so
think
random.
if you met Hilary Duff, you'd be friends with her in real life, IRL.
I did meet Hilary Duff at
Did you
VidCon.
really? Did you
Yeah,
really?
she
Were
was
you
at a
guys
party
friends?
randomly. No, said hi to her
Yeah,
though.
there it is.
Next up, High School Musical, the musical, the series. So the pitch on this one starts November 12th. That's another thing that I probably should have said. There's a lot of information that's not fully clear yet about Disney Plus. We're gonna have to wait and see. They announced a while back that 4K, HDR, Dolby Vision, all the good things, no extra cost. It's all with it, which
Crazy.
is fantastic. But
Crazy.
it's still a little bit unclear on whether these are going to be binge shows or if it's going to be week to week. A lot of interviews with people imply that it's week to week, but I haven't found any definitive source that is from Disney saying it, because the closest we have is Jon Favreau talking about Mandalorian, and he's like, yeah, I mean, they're all done. So it starts on November 12th. I think it's coming week to week, but it could come out the other way.
I kind of want it to be week to week.
I do too.
Because I feel like that'd be fun.
The precedent we have is Hulu is week to week for its original programming, like Handmaid's Tale and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's majority owned by Disney. So I'm hoping for week to week for all this stuff. But High School Musical, the series is
God, it's a terrible name.
so High School Musical. They put on a musical of it, right? Like
Sure.
in real life.
Okay.
And this is a like reality series of them putting on the musical.
Oh, genius.
That
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
cool.
How did I not think of that?
I don't know. I don't know, Nick.
Did you guys ever actually get into High School Musical? Because I tried. I
High
tried
School
real
Musical
hard.
was
Wow,
definitely
you were so old when it came out.
I wanted to. I love Zac Efron.
Sure,
you know,
we
I
all
love-
do.
But
We all
this
do.
is like where
This
it
is
started.
like years later. Well, I mean, Zac Efron was where it started, right? Wasn't he in the original show?
Yeah, right. He was in the
High School Musical.
Yeah, I mean, that's what started him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I tried to love because I love where he's at right now. Is Jack?
So you tried to go back.
I tried to go back and
Got
watch it. I can't. It's not watchable.
Yeah, I mean it's a Disney Channel original movie, man.
It is.
and then eventually made it.
I love Joey coming in here. Holding her coffee.
Joe just came in like
With
a
the
knowing grandmother who's about to just tell you all the things that's wrong in your life.
Bear, can we? Thank you.
This is gonna be great.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
We're all in this
High School
together, Joe.
Musical 1 and 2. Didn't love 3, but they're focusing on the good one, I assume, which is the first one.
Yeah.
Though the second one also pretty great. Mm-hmm. The end.
gotta love it, man.
Well,
Gotta
they're focused
love
on
it.
the musical.
Yeah.
Of the first movie.
Oh,
The first
got
movie
it. Okay.
is the
Yeah.
Got it.
Next up, Forky Asks a Question. It's a new collection of shorts from Pixar Studios. Tony Hale came out and, was Tony Hale, talked about a bunch of shit. They showed a clip from it. That clip had Forky asking a question, what is money? Ham came over to explain it. It was described as very funny, very short, and very cute.
Okay.
And there's going to be a bunch of shorts that are with the Pixar characters.
I wonder,
Toy Story
is
characters.
this actually meant to be informative for like kids?
No,
It's just
good excuses to have stupid, funny shorts.
Yeah.
So cool, great. Next up, Monsters at Work. Ben, I don't have a picture for this. They for some reason took it off, the one that I found, but the Twitter account went away. Ben Feldman and Aisha Tyler are the two main characters. It's a workplace comedy set at Monsters Inc. He plays the lead character. She plays his mom. The show begins the day Monsters Inc. switches to laughter when the main character just graduated the scare school at Monsters University.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Can you
Pretty
imagine,
cool idea.
Going to school for something and then last minute, like, oh, that's not a thing anymore.
I just love that they're really tying
Yeah,
into the universe to it.
yeah,
It's
that's
like,
rad.
so could be cool. Aisha Tyler's great.
Love
she
her.
was super fun on stage. So cool stuff. I don't necessarily care about this show too much, but I'm glad that this is the direction they're taking.
It's
these
cool
things.
that we're getting more of interesting worlds that like kids love, or like people have touchstones too. They can jump back in and get a little bit more of that world.
But some touchdowns for us, baby. Next up, Kevin Feige walks out. Motherfucker just dropping bombs on the left, dropping bombs on the right. Starts off with a little what if action. We've seen this before, but pretty much everybody in the MCU is returning to be a voice in the series. The notable exceptions are there's no Robert Downey Jr., no Chris Evans, and none of the Spider-Man characters are involved. Probably for obvious reasons at this point. It sounded like, so this was something that was weird. They talked about having 23 movies to pull from, and it sounded like they're saying there's going to be 23 episodes with each episode based off one of the movies.
That'd be so cool.
So it's like, what if something in Iron Man 1? What if something in Captain America? What if something
Well, we
in
know
Iron Man 2?
Captain America, the one of them is going to be Captain America if Steve Rogers
there's what if footage
died.
of Peggy Carter becoming super enhanced instead of Steve Rogers. We got this image here. She rocks the Union Jack shield. Captain Carter, she called herself. And then Steve Rogers is manning some kind of old school Iron Man suit, and he works with Captain Carter.
Oh, I assumed that he was like going to die when the grenade was like an actual grenade.
There was a ton of different.
Boom.
They showed me like
yeah, no, he's dead.
Oh shit.
they showed a montage of a bunch of different things, including like what if Star-Lord like didn't become Star-Lord, and Winter
Eaten by
Soldier.
the aliens.
Winter Soldier fighting Captain America zombie. A bunch of random stuff. So sounds like people liked the animation style. We didn't get to see any of it, obviously, but cool.
What if the Ravagers ate him and really like Terran, and like changes
When they come to Earth.
changes the future quite a bit?
This is such a great idea.
Yeah,
This
it really
so
is.
Cool. You can do so much more in animation than you can with everything else, and it's just rad. This is gonna be really cool.
Then Tom Hiddleston was on screen talking about Loki. We saw a new iteration of the Loki logo with all the different fonts, where it kind of came out and then it was like looping. So
Did you guys get a picture of that?
No, it's not a picture.
got
Yeah,
it.
it was like
Moving.
the letters were like switching between a bunch of different fonts. So it's like he's gonna be all over the place.
Whoa.
Which kind of makes the logo a little bit more tolerable.
Yeah. Still not good. That's a terrible logo.
He said it's going to be 6 hours total, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
This is like it's like they listened to our shows over the years. I'm like, what complaints do they have about Netflix? Boom, solve them.
Too many fucking episodes. Too many filler episodes. That's good.
The writers came out and said it'll answer the question of where he went after the Tesseract into the 2012 version of Endgame. And they said, can Loki make a new friend again? And will the sun shine on him again? which is a quote from Infinity War when he dies, Kevin.
Is it?
When he dies, he says, "The sun will shine on me again, brother. On us again." Then he dies.
That was a tough moment.
Now, let me ask you guys: are you guys that stoked for the Loki show?
Oh, I am.
100%.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't care less for this one.
I don't understand how you can say
Why?
that.
He's a side character that's already. This is my only problem with all these shows is that I've seen sort of like the ending of how all this stuff is ended. Like,
You didn't though. This
I
is in
don't
a
need
different
the-
universe.
fair. I just don't need. I don't know.
This is different.
I just don't
It's all
need it.
different. It's exciting. I want it though. I'm happy
gonna be
it's
great.
happening.
I think we do.
Joey
need it,
looks
man.
stoked.
I am stoked and confused at your unstokedness.
My unstokedness?
Yeah.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't know.
I think all this stuff is going to be a higher quality that's going to make it totally worth it, and hopefully
I will reserve that for when we see like trailer footage for some of these things.
I think seeing the Mandalorian is all the proof I need.
I have my thoughts on the Mandalorian trailer, which we'll get to when we get there.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier was up next. Feige said it'll dive deeper into the past and present and post-Endgame era there. Sharon Carter will be on the show. So she's coming back.
Oh,
The-
Sharon Carter.
Yeah.
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 That's the
And,
blonde niece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then John Walker is going to be joining the MCU here.
Who-
Super Patriot, U.S.
Yeah.
agent, depending
Yeah.
on storylines.
Really cool in Ultimate, right? Was it Ultimate that did
Played
it?
by Wyatt Russell.
Not familiar. Let me look him.
Yeah, they put out another
Wyatt Russell.
image of this that I couldn't find immediately. That was like kind of semi new looks for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier had cut his hair
Buggy Barnes with the short hair.
finally.
Oh, Sebastian Stan's so cute.
Are you team
I
short
like
hair
that
or long hair?
I like the long hair.
Wyatt
I
Russell
like the short hair.
is Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's kid.
Oh.
I forget what else he's in there.
Now, do you want to see the tattooed face, the flag on
Overlord.
it? That's him, right? That's the same.
I don't know about that. That tattooed I think is Ultimate. I don't think they do that in the. Yeah, this story sounds
really
like it's going
like
to be
that
so rad. though.
iteration.
He was
of
in
it.
Overlord. Did you guys ever see that? That was the
No, but
J.J. Abrams or the
I really
bad
wanted
robot.
to.
Like they land World War II and there's like zombies and shit. That they're
No.
being-
Yeah.
It looked fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for that to come out like on Netflix for free so I could watch it because it looks cool and it got good reviews.
People were trying to tie it into like the Cloverfield
Well,
universe
originally
for
it
a
was,
while.
it
Yeah.
was pitched that way in that universe with the like. But I don't think that. I think they ended up splitting it.
Yeah.
Putting the kibosh on that.
Then they started talking about WandaVision. Got something for that. Boom. So
So stoked
The
for
style
this.
of this is great.
This is exactly what I wanted to see for the first poster.
they did a WandaVision tone piece where it was just a montage of a bunch of random footage of other shows, like the Dick Van Dyke Show and stuff. And like we could just hear the music of it, but it sounded like it was very like the visuals of this, but imagine what this sounds like, but cut in with a lot of static and a lot of really dark sounding things and like really fucked up shit. This image is super freaking cool. This is some of the concept art for it. It's black and white on the sides, but the lights coming from the TV with the red glow.
Oh yeah.
And then yeah,
We
you see
it,
the
we
shadow back there. We got Vision and Scarlet Witch with her comic accurate headpiece, which goddamn, dude, this
Real
is gonna be
exciting
some
stuff.
fucked up shit. Can't wait. And they announced a bunch of other very surprising stuff about this show. So Monica Rambeau from Captain Marvel is joining,
Oh okay.
the
Yeah,
little
yeah,
girl
yeah.
who's now grown up. But we also know now that Kat Dennings is coming back as Darcy Lewis.
Great.
Oh, yeah,
From
she
the
has
Thor
Great.
movies.
More Darcy.
Mew Mew.
And also joining the cast is Randall Park reprising his role from Ant-Man.
That I'm
and the
excited
Wasp.
for.
That's great.
Loved him.
And then the nosy
They never
neighbor.
became friends. I'd like to think.
I like to think that. I like to think that
I like
they
to
went
think they
on out to dinner.
date,
Yeah.
And
Need to
then
put that in a movie.
the nosy neighbor of WandaVision is played by Katherine Hahn.
I
Who
love
is
her.
fucking phenomenal, and I want to see her in more stuff.
Go watch The Goods. It is a dumb movie.
Her and
but
Parks
she
and
is
Rec
phenomenal.
is
in it.
phenomenal.
I love it. We've talked about WandaVision a lot at this point, but I really think that they're going to knock it out of the park. Like we know that this leads right into Doctor Strange 2, which is cool shit as hell.
To me, I think WandaVision is probably the most interesting show that we've heard about so far because it leads directly into a movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn. Like that's I'm curious to see like what happens.
Loki's bringing Mjolnir to what's her name, Natalie Portman.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
Oh yeah. They're going to connect these as much as humanly
I
possible.
can't wait. I can't wait for this.
Then next up, he comes out. He's like, "We got 3 news shows to announce," and he's like, "Yeah, we also have Hawkeye coming. We already told you that, but we have 3 news shows. Miss Marvel, boom,
The world so excited for this.
And he said that we will see her in the shows, but then she'll move into the movies.
Miss Marvel different than Captain Marvel?
Yes, inspired by Captain Marvel.
Okay.
She's a young Muslim girl that is inspired by her. There's like, she's one of the like Inhumans, like gets powered by the Inhuman stuff.
Got it.
We'll see how much they change that though for them.
I'm sure a lot.
Then next up, Moon Knight.
Another one of these where it's like, all right, we all know Keanu Reeves wants to be in this. Just do it.
This is the way, man.
Just
This
do
is
it,
the way.
you cowards.
I feel like they're gonna.
Yeah.
I really,
I hope
really
so
do.
too. I hope so too.
And
do you
this
know
is
anything
gonna
about
be-
Moon Knight, Nick?
No, Barrett was running me kind of through the character and how he has like multiple personalities and stuff
Yeah.
like that, but I'm not necessarily familiar with him. However, if Keanu Reeves wants to be in something, you do it. I will say this though. This is where I stand by this. Anything that gets in the way of Bill and Ted coming out though, go F yourself.
Hey, Bill and Ted's, I'm sure it's like done. Like, they've got it.
They confirmed that it's done filming.
Top. I'm just saying.
Until
they
it's
need it
out.
back for VO. They need it back for reshoots. You fucking clear his schedule for Bill and Ted, okay? I don't even give a shit if they're like, we're going to fire up John Wick 19. I don't care. Let it sit by itself. Let him finish Bill and Ted. We've been waiting for this movie for 74 years.
74 years,
True.
Barrett. 74
The
years.
font choice is interesting. Like
love
on
the
the
logo.
I think
left, being like just what like looks like just sky,
And on the right,
and the
is
right,
it tech stuff or is it
looks,
skyscraper?
Well, it looks like Wakanda steel. Like what is it called? Fuck, how am I forgetting
Vibranium?
this? Vibranium.
Let's zoom in. Can we zoom in? Can we enhance?
Enhance.
I can't tell. It does look like text to some
It
degree.
could be text. It could be script.
Tech
It
is
could
what
be
I was saying.
tech.
It just looks like random ass tech
It
stuff.
kind of looks like
Hieroglyphics.
hieroglyph.
Thank you.
Nope.
I still can't.
You're good. I
You
said
knew what it
already.
is. You know what it was.
But anyway, I imagine Moon Knight's gonna tee up into Blade. Introduce some werewolves. Introduce some vampires. Let's have some fucking fun, boys and girls. Let's have some
Blade.
fun. And then the last one they announced, She-Hulk.
Yes.
That was kind
Hell
of like
yeah, dude. Yo,
such an
fan
interesting
casting
one.
here. Allison Brie, baby. Let's go.
Now they
Just
have,
give it to us.
Marvel owns the rights
100%.
to She-Hulk, right? Because they got Fox now.
No, so Hulk is Universal.
Hulk's still Universal,
Hulk
okay.
and the
Is
Hulk
She-Hulk still
related things.
Universal?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's for movies.
So they
They
can
can
do
do
whatever the hell they
TV
want for
shows.
TV shows.
Yeah.
This is a great
I
idea.
wonder
Yeah.
how they're gonna do
I'm
this
in.
because they already have like Smart Hulk,
I think that
and like that's what really like.
Well, She-Hulk was never was never dumb, right? She was always like articulate.
Well, she's stuck in She-Hulk form,
In
right?
form,
Or-
yeah.
Is
Yeah,
she
so
stuck or
she's
she
a
chooses?
lawyer. She's smart.
Yeah.
That's just what she does. But there's different ideas that could happen with
Yeah.
this series. It could kind of go back and actually explain the Professor Hulk stuff a little bit more.
That'd be really cool.
You got to
That'd be real
imagine
cool.
that this is going to tie up a lot of the Hulk stuff we haven't seen for a long
Right,
time.
right.
The Leader, the Abomination, things like that. This could be their way of handling Hulk storylines that were stuck under Universal's movie.
Very
stuff.
exciting.
Yeah, didn't expect three more shows.
No,
Barrett, can you bring up the next thing, the Marvel Phase 4? Yeah, so this is the image that they showed. Pretty interesting that they're still calling these new ones Phase 4. At Comic-Con, Kevin Feige said that everything they announced is Phase 4. There's nothing else. But
fucking liar.
yeah, now, I mean, they're adding these. So we don't know. Does this mean that Phase 4 goes into 2022? Or are we getting all of these in 2020 and 2021? Nuts to think about.
So crazy. That's a lot of projects to be handling.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting that Hawkeye didn't get anything more.
Yeah, I don't think
You
they're
know?
ready. They
Maybe,
did.
Maybe Jeremy Renner didn't get the haircut they wanted him to get. And they're like, no, don't bring him out yet. It's not.
But I
well,
mean,
that's
even
not
like
time.
concept art would have been fine, right? I mean, just because.
They name drop Kate Bishop again.
Yeah.
That's it. Really clearly growing a Young Avengers thing with all these people. So,
So exciting.
then we moved on from the Marvel stuff to some of the National Geographic stuff. And here I am, Nick, an innocent peasant. Like, oh, National Geographic. Give me more Star Wars. Give me more Marvel. I don't think I want anything from National Geographic. Then they gave me The World According to Jeff Goldblum. Nick, what are your thoughts on this? I feel like you'd really like it.
I saw this pop up. And first off, let's just give a shout out to Jeff Goldblum in general, wearing this amazing shirt and tie and jacket combo. But I was like, from the first frame, I'm like, I'm 100% in.
100%.
And then I think it was, I forget who put it out on Twitter. Maybe it was Drucker or someone I follow put it out. They were like, this entire trailer was just to get to that last joke where he goes, I'm a late bloomer, a late gold bloomer. And I'm like,
My man.
fuck you, dude. $6.99, done. For
Done.
the rest of my life.
Yeah.
If I pay $6.99 a month for the rest of my life, will they just give me more Jeff Goldblum? That's fine.
I think that they
if
will.
that is the I give you money, you give me Goldblum. Done.
Yeah.
He is a national
worth-
treasure.
it's worth
there
its
should be a
weight
Jeff Goldblum
in
day.
Goldblum.
We should all get the day off. I'm putting it out there.
What day would it be?
It would be a Thursday right before a Friday day off.
Oh shit!
So it was like a 4-day weekend thing.
I love it. I love
Or
it.
like you get the day off and then no one really comes in on Friday. Like everyone's working from home.
So this
That's
at
the
this
Goldblum
point in
line.
the show or in the presentation, it got kind of like clear. They're like, all right, we're gonna move through some stuff. Just say it quickly because it's not as hype as Marvel. But they announced this. They showed the trailer. There's gonna be a Frozen 2 making of show. The day before this, they announced the One Day at Disney, where it's gonna be a book that they put out, but also a full-length documentary that kind of just goes through a bunch of different jobs that people have across
that's
all
awesome.
of Disney, whether
That's
it's
really
Disneyland
cool.
or the movies or everything.
That's a great idea.
And then there's going to be a ton of shorts that they put out that are like 5 to 7 minute little vignettes on the person that does the balloons at Disneyland or like the person that animates for whatever. So cool ideas.
That's cool.
Yeah. And what else we got here?
Disney Plus has bonus features. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have to think like they are starting from, I mean, they have a huge archive of stuff to pull from too, but man, they are really like going all in on this. This is not like an Amazon or an Apple where they're like, let's just dip our toe in and see what's going on.
Right.
Like, this is their strategy for the next 30 years. They're in. This is it. And not only that, but obviously, like you guys know this, but the exciting thing is that these shows actually matter. Unlike Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or some of the Netflix shows where you just felt like they didn't matter.
Right, because they're not canon.
They're not canon, so you're watching this, you're like, it's cool stories, but you always get the feeling like when you were watching a Jessica Jones or something like that the kids are off making their thing over there. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna make us a little money. But this looks like it's gonna be actually
Integral.
Or someone's gonna at least pay attention to it if it
Yeah.
doesn't, if it's not good.
Then Kristen Bell talked about a show called Encore. It's where she reunites high school musical casts and have them perform shows again, like 30 years
That's
later.
great. I would do that. I would totally do. I would go back and do Julian Marsh, 42nd Street. No further preparation. I remember all my lines.
I would love to see that.
I would love to see that too.
Then they moved into the live action movies because, yeah, they're going to have those on this freaking service as well. Stargirl. It's a new movie based on a best-selling novel. Whatever. The girl who won America's Got Talent is one of the co-stars. I'm sure people are stoked about that. Timmy Failure, Mistakes Were Made. Tom McCarthy's directing a movie about a young boy who has a pet polar bear and runs a detective story in his mind.
Okay.
Kid stuff.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Makes sense. Then next up was Lady and the Tramp, the live action movie with live action dogs.
This is crazy because
Yeah,
this
dude.
like, so obviously I don't really necessarily care about a Lady in the Tramp. I'm not clamoring to come and go and see this, but this movie looks legit.
Yeah.
Not like a.
They dropped the
this
trailer
is-
you can watch now.
This is not a necessarily a slam, or I don't mean this to sound super negative against Netflix, but a lot of the Netflix original movies that you're seeing are like barely TV quality. This looks like a movie that should be coming out in theaters and getting a huge push, like a Dumbo or like any of the movies that.
And I'm glad it's not because
Yeah.
It's
Dumbo
cool.
was awful, you know?
But I mean, Dumbo's one of those movies that, like, as a person with no kids, I'm like, I don't need to see this.
Right.
But I might actually check out Lady in the Tramp. Like, it's late. It's 11 o'clock. Maybe I just postmated some Taco Bell, and I'm like, you know what? This looks cute. It's about dogs, my favorite thing. Maybe I'll watch it.
I just like the like, you know, we don't have to go to the movies to watch these movies anymore because like so many of them weren't great, and it's like now we have access to the original and this new remake, and you know, I
in
can
one
watch
place.
it at home, relaxed, and not feel like I'm wasting an outing.
Good voice cast. Tessa Thomas.
Hell yeah.
Justin Thompson, excuse me.
Yeah.
Justin Theroux.
Gotta love
Why
it,
not?
man.
Let's go.
Look at this. Just look at this.
It looks great.
They came on stage, Nick.
Really?
Oh, yeah, they did.
Oh man, I did
There's
not see
pictures
that
of
anywhere.
Hillary Duff hanging out with them.
I mean, that's what I'm just gonna
crossover we
call him
need.
out. I'm gonna call him out. John Favreau, why didn't you bring lions on stage? You know, use real lions next time. Maybe they won't be so dead behind the eyes.
They weren't dead.
Anyways, so Lady and the Tramp coming November 12th, just like many things to this
November
service.
12th is gonna be a big day. Should we just call out sick?
Then they did another trailer for a movie called Togo. Not sure. It stars Willem Dafoe and sled dogs.
If you guys want to watch that, you got to watch Below Zero with Paul Walker
And Snow Dogs.
and Snow Dogs with
Willem
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Dafoe and Snow Dogs. That's an interesting
Which
combo.
one was the Cuba Gooding Jr. one?
Snow Dogs.
Snow Dogs, yeah.
Snow
okay.
Dogs.
Cisco just was in it.
bless
And
him,
then
of course
next
he was.
up, Noelle. Santa's daughter, played by Anna Kendrick, follows Santa's daughter trying to track down her brother next in line to be Santa when he
Nick.
goes missing. Here's the poster.
I'm in.
I'm so in that.
I'm sorry. This is.
I
gonna
very
be
much enjoyed the trailer.
This is the thing. Like, I disagree with you about the Netflix movies being barely TV quality. I think that they're just a lot of them are bad movies, but I think they're movie quality, and I'm just happy we don't have to pay to watch them in theaters. And I think this is right in line with that. You're telling me we're going to get more whatever Netflix movies, but they're with Anna Kendrick on Disney Plus?
Let me preface this by saying, of course, To All the Boys I Loved Before excluded from that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That is 100% cinematic. Probably should get an Academy Award. Probably won't. They'll snub them. We'll get an Academy Award.
We have 2 more movies to get them in there.
This is going to be one of those movies that comes out, I don't watch it, and then 6 months later I watch it, and I can't shut up about how much I loved it.
2 months later, you'll watch it.
I'll watch it.
It's gonna be Christmas season, and like you're gonna be blading through, and you're gonna be like, you're gonna put in Christmas. This one's gonna be the first one that pops up.
No, I won't put Christmas. It'll just be it's got a lot of red in it, so I click on it. It catches my eye. Thanks, Cool G.
Oh damn! I got really excited. That Cool Greg was coming in specifically to talk about this, but no.
I don't think Cool G gives a shit about Anna Kendrick or Bill Hader, but maybe
he gives a shit about Christmas for sure.
I think arguably this is going to be better than that last Christmas movie that's actually coming to theaters.
Oh yeah, that doesn't look.
It has
good.
Henry Golding, is that his name? From the lead from Crazy Rich Asians, and then the girl from. Isn't she from Game of Thrones?
Daenerys.
Yeah.
I have not seen this trailer.
It doesn't look good.
This sounds terrible.
It's not good.
Nick, this
Doesn't
one.
look great.
This
Nick, I'm
one
going to
is
win you
for
over though.
Yeah. What's next?
The Muppets Studio. It's an unscripted short form series
In.
of the Muppets.
Yep.
Kermit was there, being Kermit.
Yep. That makes me happy. It's one of those things where
I
like
never grew up with the Muppets, so I don't get it. And every time I see things from it, like movies and
They're
like
great.
made by, like, didn't Seth Rogen write one of the last movies that came out?
Jason Segel wrote
Jason
it,
Segel.
actually, because he was a big Muppets fan, so I think he wrote and was in
yeah.
the last one.
And it's just like I don't understand the love and appeal for
They're
them.
great.
Yeah.
They're great. They're great. The Muppets.
Okay.
Muppets are one of those. Muppets when I was growing up was just the most creative thing ever, and it was beautiful, and it was art, and it was performance, and then they went away for a little while, and then they came back, and I'm very happy that we live in a world. Listen, you don't have to watch Muppets, but I'm just glad that's an option. For
Listen,
kids.
you don't have to.
Are
Well, I'm
you
saying
actually
there's
gonna
plenty
watch it?
Probably not, but I like to live in a world where the Muppets are still relevant.
Sure.
That's my thing. Me and Elise, we love the Muppets.
Next up, we got a show called Diary of a Female President. This is the Diary of a Wimpy Kid universe. Joey was telling me.
It looks like the same like text font treatment, but I
Interesting.
haven't done any research
Those
on
movies
that.
very popular with kids.
Out on airplanes.
I want to say there's like 5
Every time I'm on an
or
airplane,
15 of them.
one of those movies is available,
Yeah.
and anywhere I look, these damn kids are watching these things. It's weird. There are a bunch of wimpy kids out there and female presidents. Future.
That's the dream, right?
That's the dream. Both Muppets
Have
and
weak kids and a strong leader.
That's what dictatorships come into
Muppets
play.
and Diary are both coming in 2020. And then Kathleen Kennedy came on stage and was like, "What's up, bitches? It's Star Wars time."
But before we go into that,
No. I was gonna say do that in between whatever. Do it.
No,
now.
we can.
Did you not hear me just
No,
say
I
it?
didn't. I didn't hear
okay.
you.
Yeah.
I really didn't.
Great. Doesn't matter. So Kathleen Kennedy comes out. Boom. Bring it up. We have a new timeline, ladies and gentlemen.
Good God, look at this thing.
And they renamed the eras. They're trying to get away from prequel, original trilogy, and sequel trilogy. It's now Age of Republic, Age of Rebellion, and Age of Resistance.
Isn't the Age of Rebellion and Age of Resistance the same thing? Isn't that just a different way of saying it?
Rebellion
Resistance.
is going against the system. Resistance is fighting the new guys, right?
Same thing.
I mean, they're renamed groups for the good guys.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm
In
just teasing.
Resistance, like they're fighting, like the New Order isn't controlling everything, right?
First Order.
First Order. Good call.
New World Order.
Yep.
I don't know. So, presumably all the shows play into this now.
Look
all
at
there.
where Obi-Wan is.
So Obi-Wan is between Solo and Jesus. This is
Obi-Wan's
Yeah,
like
there's
during
a lot
Solo.
happening here.
But Solo spans a bunch of time because there's like a time jump.
I want Obi-Wan to be closer to New Hope, but I'm okay with it not being.
I mean,
It can't be because he's not old enough for that. Not nearly old enough. Yeah, Ewan's probably in his 40s, I imagine.
I thought he was
Ewan
60.
looking good. You can bring that up. Actually, so moving through here, we got February 2020 premiere of Clone Wars. The next image. Yeah. Barrett, Can you explain a little bit, briefly, the Clone Wars issue? The situation?
The issue, or just like
what's up? Like,
what's the
why
hype,
is this here?
What's the hype? I mean, of course, the hype from the first trailer from Comic-Con last year, I believe, is Ahsoka's back, and she like left the Jedi Order in the last season of the show, I believe, and that was like a really big deal because she was. From the stories that we've been told, at least during this time, she was like the first person to leave the Jedi Order, and she had a lot of conflicting feelings about the Jedi Order, similar to Anakin. And so now she's apparently going to fight Darth Maul, which will be interesting because we've gotten a lot of Darth Maul in this show and also in Rebels. So I don't know.
Production-wise, though, like what is this? This is the final season of Clone Wars, or
I'm not too sure. That'll have to be something I get from chat, but it is the continuation of the original the Clone Wars 3D animated show.
Yeah,
So
well,
it's hype.
there you go. Then Diego Luna and Alan Tudyk came out on stage to talk about the Cassian Andor show, which is the prequel to Rogue One. They did not title the thing. They said it was going to be 10 hours or more. They asked Kennedy to reveal the title, but she wouldn't. They said they're shooting in London. The show is still being written. But Alan Tudyk did come up with a potential name for the show. K2 Fast, K2 Furious.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that's the only thing that
might
can get
be
me to
it.
watch that show.
Really quick, Echo Clo in the chat confirms it's the last season of Clone Wars. Thank
Final
you.
season Clone Wars. Come in February 2020. Then Mandalorian, we saw this poster earlier that morning when they were going through
It's a
everything.
good looking poster.
Whole new set of characters, whole new time frame. It's aimed so it's fine to come in if you're not a fan, but it's also filled with references to all other things if you are a fan. Cast including Pedro Pascal, who is the Viper from Game of Thrones. Let's fucking go, baby. Gina Carano, Carl Weathers, Giancarlo Esposito,
Yeah. No.
From Breaking Bad.
and Taika Waititi, who plays the droid IG-11.
I thought that was IG-88.
He said it
thought
was
so, too.
like he also directed stuff, and he said it was great to work with himself.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
God, I love him.
you gotta love him so much.
That's one of those lines that I wish I came up with. I might steal that, Taika.
So then
You'll never
they
use
showed
it.
the trailer for this, and honestly, I was blown away. It looked like a movie. If it wasn't a show and it just like that, they were like, oh yeah, it's a movie. I'd totally believe it.
Are we talking about the trailer now? Mm-hmm. I don't know when we're going to do ads. I was not blown away by this trailer. I think that this was confirming one of my fears, which was that a lot of these shows are going to look like Star Wars on a budget. I did not. It looks good, don't get me wrong, for a show, but it doesn't feel visually like it belongs in a cinematic universe. And granted, it's going to be a serialized show, and that's fine. And they kind of lost me a little bit, and they got me back toward the end of the trailer when I saw Carl Weathers, and I was like, okay, I'm in for Carl. If he's the guy doling out the jobs, sure, I'm in. And then there's that great shot where he hooks the guy, pulls him back as he shoots the door, and
So
presumably like cuts him in half. This could be cool. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I wasn't like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. This is a new era of streaming shows. This just looks like a slightly lesser Star Wars movie. And I don't know. It didn't do what it needed to do to get me 100% on board.
That's interesting. I thought the production value was there. The thing that kind of made me like, this is interesting was the dialogue with what's the name of the old dude that was doing
Herzog. I don't know.
The guy that
Anyways.
was at the end that talks.
Yeah.
I can't
To
remember
me,
his
that
character was.
set the tone weird, where it was like it's trying to be really cool, but I don't know if this hits the level that they want. But I am definitely 100% in, and I want this to be great. Jon Favreau, pretty cool. Like him a lot.
Yeah, the cast of directors they have for this
Yeah.
is insane. The cast of actors looks insane. I thought the production value definitely makes this look like a streaming platform on a different level, where it's like this looks like a movie. Like it looks like a high budget movie, and with the budget they're putting into each episode being like something like $16 million.
There's like a that
Jesus.
speeder shot where the guy turns didn't look very good. There's just some of the stuff in this that just looks like it's the world itself, and I know it's supposed to look desolate because it's supposed to be sort of like a western where everything, but it just doesn't look populated enough. It doesn't look like there's enough detail in the world, and I think that's going to be indicative of what you get when you're trying to do a Star Wars world on a budget. Is that you're just going to get landscapes that just maybe don't have as many things in the background that we want. It doesn't look like, especially compared to when you're seeing the rise of Skywalker, and we have that on the horizon. It's very hard for me to get excited about a show that I know is just going to be inherently less. You know?
We'll see, man. We'll see. I have really, really high hopes for this.
I hope so. I hope I'm wrong. 'Cause I'll watch it.
Then Kennedy said she has one more thing. And boom, that's the one more
God,
thing.
does he ever age?
Ewan McGregor.
How did you get
So
more
good.
hair, Ewan?
Ewan McGregor comes out.
Look at his head.
They talk for a little bit about why he could be there, and he said he's had a secret for like 4 years, and he's been having to hide it, and it's been hard. And he looked at Kathleen Kennedy, Nick,
Yeah.
and he said,
Did he give him the eyes?
like, I'm not kidding. He actually
Trainspotting
did
it?
this.
Yeah.
He said, "Ask me, will I be playing Obi-Wan Kenobi again?"
Yeah.
And then she asked him, and then he said, "Yes, I am."
So good.
Tim, did I not predict that's exactly how they were going to do it
That's
6
the hype,
hours
man.
before that?
They fucking brought
my
it, man.
God.
My only feedback on this though, I'm 100% in. I love you, McGregor. I just wish this was a movie. I wish this was one of the standalone Star Warses.
I have a
movies.
feeling that it was going to be a movie, and then
And
they
then
bumped
Solo
it
fucked
to.
it up for everyone.
Yeah.
It's possible, but I mean, the character is so big. Like the Mandalorian makes sense because they can't. It's a new character, presumably. We don't know much about it. It's a new character. We're going to develop it as a series, and so that'll be the touchstone for it. But Obi-Wan has been this like iconic Star Wars cinematic character for so long. It'll be very interesting to see what they do with that on a smaller screen.
Make these shows matter, man.
Yeah,
I think it's
that's-
so much better at being a show, like especially with this story that they can
what
tell.
what I'm saying is like when you say will Marvel make the Marvel shows matter and will that feed beautifully and actually support and lay a nice foundation for the movies that are coming forward, I think that has a great like I have to say 90% shot yes. Will Star Wars do that or will it feel disjointed? I don't know.
I mean, at this
I don't
point,
know.
with where Star Wars is at, like,
Well, it's
I'd
already
rather
disjointed.
Just
so
give me a good story.
We're starting with a handicap, right? We're starting from behind already, and so it's like I will see what happens.
I think that this gives us a perfect opportunity for them to dive deep and like doing a story in 2.5 hours is hard. Doing a story, if you've got let's say 6 hours to do this show, like then you can develop things way further, and it's like that's what I want, because like we know he's gonna end up at Tatooine, but like they're gonna like he's a badass too, and we're gonna see that. I think that's what this is all gonna be about. Him.
I mean, you know what I
making
think this is
moves.
going to be? Like,
Him hunting Darth Maul.
Revenge of the I doubt we're going to get that because of Rebels.
Rebels, yeah.
And that's canon. So,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I do think that Revenge of the Sith ending with Yoda being like, "Hey, your buddy learned how to do some Force Ghost shit. You should learn from him." Like, I think we're going to get Liam Neeson. I think we're going to get Qui-Gon.
If we get, but Liam Neeson never finished it, so like
But I mean, at some point,
I hope
Obi-Wan
we
learns
see him. Yeah,
how to do
I
the
hope-
Force
yeah,
Ghost
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And it's because of Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
let's fucking go, baby.
God, I would love some more Qui-Gon.
So now, time for some ads.
Do it, do
Now it's time to talk about the movies of D23. The movie panel happened on Saturday morning, and unfortunately, this one you could not watch at all. They bagged up everyone's phones and wouldn't allow anything to happen. But now there's some professionally released footage. If you want to watch a lot of the announcements and stuff, you can find that on YouTube channels. They started off big. They're like, "Fuck it, dude. We're coming out and we're going to talk about Star Wars." But before they did that, they were just like, "We're not talking about Fox today. We're not talking about Avatar. We're not quite ready for a full debut of Fox films on this stage yet."
Damn, that's
But-
exciting that they like. I'm really happy that they brought it up and mentioned
They did,
it.
yeah.
that's
They're like,
really
but
rad.
it's going to come eventually. Here is a cast photo of everybody from Rise of the Skywalker.
And I wish I could wear short pants like that. You know what I mean? Is that John Boyega? That's John Boyega, right there. I want
okay.
to show that.
You want
that,
capris?
that I just want to show that amount, like be confident in showing that amount
I don't
of
like
ankle?
it.
Of ankle.
I don't like it. I want
just
to. I
love
don't
it,
want to see your
man.
ankle ever.
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
No, I know you have
Show
many
me your
times.
ankle, Nick.
Don't do it, Nick.
You're gonna see it later, whether you like
I
it
was
or not.
asking you not to.
Shout out to Billy D over there on the left.
J.J. Abrams says, "It's a thrill to be here and to celebrate the end of a saga that began over 40 years ago." The cast came out. Huge standing ovation. Kerry Russell says, "My son thinks I'm cool now." We get some new photos of her character, Zori. She's shady,
Russell.
a criminal, an old friend of Poe's. Billy D said, "Lando has never left me." And then
So
JJ
good.
said, "We're hard at work finishing the movie and the trailer, but we're going to show you something." First off, let's look at the poster. Boom.
Awesome.
So we get this poster
Awesome.
of Rey and Kylo fighting on what some Reddit users have found is part of the Death Star from A New Hope that Obi-Wan was kind of like
Oh, going around.
Sneaking around.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
When he was like disabling.
Okay.
What was it?
Track-
When it
tracking
proved
it.
once and for all that those the red guards are just completely fucking useless.
That wasn't the Red Guard. That was still the,
Were they
the
still stormtroopers?
stormtroopers. And I think that he
useless.
did some like
Some Jedi mind trick shit to him.
Now, this poster is so rad.
It's
Love
very
the colors, love the looks.
interesting.
But Palpatine in the back looks
Very
cartoonish.
CG. Very
cartoony.
CG.
Yeah,
It's a little weird.
it is a little weird, but like, and like, I don't know that I want more Palpatine.
The
in
actor's
any
still
of-
alive, right? Ian
Yeah.
McDermott
Yeah.
or whatever his
Oh,
name
yeah.
is. He's not that old, right?
I mean, he is that old,
always
but
been old.
like he was at Star Wars Celebration a couple months ago.
just shooting lightning.
It's weird.
Yeah.
They composited him in there. I think personally this looks fucking awesome.
I
Yeah,
think
it
this
does.
looks awesome. I do think that like it looks awesome 70% down. You know,
Yeah.
that top 30%, a little
Well, I
silly
just thought
looking.
at first I was like, is all that stuff forming like a beard on him? Is he like going to be cool and bearded and all that stuff? But then I was like, nah, it's just lightning.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
lightning
when
and,
they
like, Aurora.
first showed it at the D23 thing, when this first like popped up on screen, a lot of people when they were initially live blogging thought that it was Luke, just
Interesting.
a beard and stuff. But then
My
it's
yeah,
not.
I forgot the name of the character, but in the Timothy Zahn series, there was an older Jedi that had like a big white beard, and that's what I thought this was at first. And I was like, nah, they're not doing Zahn because that would have been way too smart.
I mean, they got a lot of
but
shit to
they-
do, and
They didn't
in
they
Rebels.
introduce. Yeah. All right.
but yeah, we got a lot of stuff to put into one movie here. Star Wars: The Rise of the Skywalker. They then showed. It's not a trailer. I forgot what they called it, but it's just a little.
It's like a retrospective
behind
kind
the
of.
scenes thing, not behind the scenes, just like footage
Yeah.
from Rise of the Skywalker. It started off with some new music, kind of like a new arrangement at least of classic music, going through a montage of all the Star Wars past films. We start with, it was a chronological order of release, so starts with 4, 5, 6, going into the prequels, and then going into just the saga.
cool.
So
It was
no
cool.
Rogue One, no Solo, and then it ended with some new footage from Episode 9.
Fucking love how Poe looks in this.
Fucking
Everyone looks so
Nathan
cool. in
Drake
this.
as fuck.
It's awesome, and I'll take it. Let him be Indiana Jones.
We're fine with that.
Yeah, we definitely are. So can you bring this up?
Give the audience a warning of like, hey, if you don't want to see any of this,
We're about to.
This is not spoilers. This
Yeah.
is the trailer. If you're this is just spoilers for the trailer that we're discussing.
if there are people out there like Alyssa who go no trailer,
don't
Alyssa doesn't
listen to
watch
this show.
okay.
Like the whole point of the
All
show
right,
is
everyone,
talking about the
we're
thing.
about to look at some of the images from the trailer. Well, it's too late now. Spoilers. Spoiler
Wait, do
warning.
you want to scroll up? I like the. That looks so cool.
Yeah. So one of the
So
money shots,
cool.
we're getting lightsaber fights in this one. We got Rey versus Kylo with the water splashing behind him, very reminiscent of the final battle scene.
Sorry, you can
in-
scroll down now. Sorry.
I mean, we can keep it. That one like goes through all of them. I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
let me look through that one real quick.
So very reminiscent of the final battle in Revenge of the Sith, but replaced the lava fire with water.
Why does your face look metallic there? And I know it's probably just the effect of
The GIF.
well, no, like let's see the left side of her face, how it's like super shiny.
Oh,
So
well,
weird.
yeah, I think that's the lightsaber, right?
Yeah, it's
also,
a reflection from the lightsaber on her skin, but it just doesn't look right. It looks like she's
there's
actually
the-
CG.
Her, well, part of her face looks like it's got kind of. It kind of looks like she had like a stroke and it, like she can't control it. I wonder if there's like Palpatine's influence somehow like trying like taking over or something. I
Old
don't
ass
know.
face.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's exactly.
So yeah, we see a lot of clips of like the whole group together on a desert planet. You can see that shit there. Then
Is it Jakku?
go down a bit.
You think it's Jakku?
I don't know. Is it
cities of
Tatooine? Is it Jakku? Is it some other ass planet?
it's gotta
Vanity
be one
Fair
of them.
said visit said the planet's named Pisana. So
Well, never mind. It's not
Fucking
Jakku.
desert
So there you
planet
go.
From this universe.
there you go.
Just desert planets, you know.
Just go back to Tatooine.
Then there's this jungle world. We see Carrie Fisher there.
Well,
Leia.
I feel like a big problem people were having is that they went back to Tatooine and they're like, stop using Tatooine with the prequels, right?
Oh, I
People
didn't have
have
a problem
problems with
with that.
everything. So she's there. We'll see how this works. They're saying they're only using the real footage that they had that JJ shot at for Force Awakens.
When she passed, didn't they say that they had shot most of her stuff?
I mean, they shot a lot of stuff, but they didn't. I mean, this movie totally has changed its path, or not even changed its path. Didn't have a path, and now it does. Scroll down.
You're right. I was thinking of the other movie.
Some of the
shit's
freaking
awesome.
money shots, man. A bunch of the Resistance fleet coming in from hyperdrive, hyperspace.
So cool.
So damn cool. You're getting
Really
all
bad.
the classic shit. You're getting some B wings. You're getting some A wings. You're getting X wings. You're getting all the wings, man. Wings. Millennium Falcon, dope as hell. This shot though,
Oh man.
we're finally seeing epic space battle scale in these movies that we haven't really seen before. I feel like the closest we've gotten is Rogue One with that space battle.
Dude, that
scene,
space
but
battle scene was fucking phenomenal.
This implies
You assume this is like
hundreds
the entire
of Star Destroyers.
You assume this is like their entire fleet.
Yeah.
Like
Interesting.
this is Endgame style. Like we got to throw everything we got at whatever the hell's happening in this movie, right?
Interesting stuff that people are talking about from speculation is that these are designed after the original Star Destroyers, not the newer First Order ones.
Interesting. So you think they're the Emperors?
So potentially it's the
Whoa.
Emperor had a hidden fleet or had something or
That'd
other.
be fucking rad.
Whatever. So
Yeah,
that's
wait
cool
a-
stuff.
Yeah, that's so cool. That would be cool. But see, people in the chat are giving me shit, obviously, because like you feel better about this. Yes, I do, because this looks phenomenal. This is gorgeous. This is like what I would expect a Star Wars movie in 2019 to look like. Specifically,
Scroll down.
It looks exactly like it's supposed to look. Who's this new character over to his left shoulder? Do we know her?
Naomi Aki.
Newcomer.
No.
Cool.
Don't really know much about
I
her.
like her.
Cool.
I like her like headband /
Visor.
like visor, goggles. Cool. I like that everyone kind of looks like it's like Mad Max Motocross in this one.
Uh-huh.
It's a dope look. Like the costume design and the direction of that is really, really cool. I like that they've sort of changed it. With the exception of Rey, who just, for some reason, never gets a change of clothing. Ever. They're like, you got to stay in your weird
It's your
ass.
costume, man. Got to sell them toys.
Everyone had different costumes. though,
Also,
this
right
time.
behind
let
her-
let her get put some pants on, for Christ's sake.
Someone in like full rebel, like A-wing suit. No, not A-wing. What am I talking about?
It's like rebel pilot.
Yeah, pilot suit. That rebel pilot
Look, there's
suit.
shit
that's it.
happens. Someone's getting shot at in the background.
Oh, they're on the ground. Yeah, there's some dude walking around.
No, that's another ship, I assume. It looks like another
No,
bomber.
that's a person.
That's not a person.
That's not a person?
Definitely a
It's not a
ship.
dude
That's
with a
ship.
gun?
No, it looks like
No.
a B-wing.
Mine looks like
Oh,
B-wing.
yeah.
Like a bomber.
Scroll down. So yeah, C-3PO with some red eyes.
I don't like that one bit.
Yeah,
It's evil.
It's here's the thing.
Oh
Is
my
he
god,
gonna-
he remembered it was Erica that made him.
There's a lot that this could be. Some of it's cool, some of it's less cool. But it looks like he's in a droid scrap facility. The less cool, in my opinion, version of this is, remember, he did have his head replaced with a battle droid at one point. And it's like maybe he has repressed memories of
No,
being a
yeah.
battle
They're not-
droid.
they're not
Roger,
gonna do that.
motherfuckers. But the other thing is from the comics, which is canon. There's a character called 000, who is just he looks like C-3PO, but he's black. He's like dark droid.
Awesome.
He's one of Darth Vader's droids, and he's fucking awesome. He's a maniac, loves killing and shit. And it's just because his battle things are turned on. So that might be what's happening here.
Interesting, he doesn't have the red arm anymore.
Didn't he get that replaced in?
Did he?
Yeah.
Last Jedi?
I don't
Last
know.
Jedi.
I
He
try to
didn't have
forget
it
as
anymore.
much as possible in that movie.
Scroll down. So there's some type of Death Star weapons being
Great.
used.
More Death Stars.
Is it, or is it just what the impact of what a Star Destroyer, the Star Destroyer can do?
I'm sure the Star Destroyer could use a blast, a significant blast.
Because you figure if you had a fleet like that, enough of that,
Or
all
like a
those
Super
shoot-
Star Destroyer.
Yeah, you feel
Yeah.
like that big ass thing could fuck up a significant amount of land.
That would be interesting. They're like, hey, we don't have a Death Star. We just have 150
a
ships.
fleet. We have
Yeah.
a planet killing
Yeah,
fleet.
I have a
basically.
feeling though these are some type of like just every time we've seen this type of blast, it's been from some
Some
Death
big
Star
weapon. They
esque.
cannot do another Death Star.
I think it'll be many. I think it'll
cannot.
be mobilized weapon with like not
Something-
one
it's
focus
gotta be
thing.
something else. It cannot be a giant moon or planet that looks like a Death Star. It just, come on, just stop.
Scroll down.
Come up with something else. Some other MacGuffin.
Captain
so
America
cool.
has boomerang lightsaber throw.
Love it.
On a forest planet. Is this the forest moon of Endor? Is this her trying to get to the Death Star? I don't know, guys. But you
awesome.
do see that she's actually like training with the battle.
Yeah,
one of those
the
things that
training ball.
the training droid, whatever the hell, that we saw Luke training with in one of the original movies, the first one.
She's still doing her training, right?
I mean, yeah, she grabbed all the books, right? Didn't she?
Well, also
Yeah.
she has Force Ghost, Yoda, and Luke, and like I mean,
Hopefully.
they should be able to
I mean,
pop
look,
up and be like, no, higher.
I would love
Yeah, you got
nothing
it.
more than him being with her in spirit, like guiding her on this. I that was one of the main criticisms, obviously, of that we had of Last Jedi, which is that she had to unfortunately train herself because Luke was off being a curmudgeon. So like, it would be really, really cool if he was in.
But
with
she
her.
hung out with Yoda, like You know what I mean? Like, why would she not continue to do the
Oh
training?
no,
with
she's
these
going
people?
to.
Yeah.
It's just the question of how do they integrate some of the older Jedi here to actually help guide her in a way that makes
Qui-Gon
sense.
Jinn's
and
just chilling, being
feels
like,
organic.
"Yeah, you got it."
I mean, you feel like someone has to, right? She's the last Jedi.
Qui-Gon Jinn looking
Might
at
as well throw
Anakin,
all
being
your-
like, "Man,
all
I
your eggs
should
in this
not have
basket."
picked you."
Yeah, I fucked that. Should have left you.
fucked that. Yeah.
Should have left you a slave, kid.
Scroll down a bit. Then we just.
Oh,
That's so fucking
Badass.
rad.
looks really cool.
It's so rad.
Yeah, and then more of
This
this.
scene looks like they're fighting presumably on the Death Star, right?
Or some
Broke
last,
down Death Star that's crashed.
Yeah, some last component of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we got that shot from the prior trailer where the gang comes over the hill and we see the remnants of the Death Star in this like rocky ocean. So
Yeah.
this has to be that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get an epic fight on this, and it's gonna look dope. And then maybe after she gets all wet, they'll let her change her clothes. Just
Maybe.
a little bit more
Maybe.
appropriate. That's got me like
Oh, well, she already changed her clothes. Scroll down a bit.
What?
Boom. Different clothes.
Nah, this is like a fever dream of some sort.
It
Here's the
very
thing.
well
There's
could be.
so many different, like, there's like 4 reigning theories right now of what's going on here.
I feel like she's
Either
gonna-
she turns to the dark side,
No.
or it's a vision, like her
vision.
fighting. But we have already seen her have visions in like the last 2 movies.
Also, why would she give herself a cool double lightsaber?
Why wouldn't she?
Because
It's her vision.
she fights with a stick in the beginning, remember?
Oh wow,
And
that's
why. She
actually
fights
not a
with bow
terrible
staff.
call.
And this would be a nice little callback to Darth Maul. It would be a nice callback to the Sith before. I think my personal theory on this is that she gets some sort of vision from the Emperor and sees herself as this and wakes up and it's a dream. And she realized, because the conflict that I actually found interesting in The Last Jedi was that like there is a blur now between light and dark, and that she could have gone either way at the end of that movie. And so I'm assuming the Emperor, at least the spirit, whatever the Emperor's involvement in this, is going to try to push her that way.
What
and use her
are
as
the other
newest-
theories you were saying?
The theory that I believe the most is with everything that they're showing with this, with J.J. Abrams coming in to land this plane, showing all of the Star Wars movies leading into this, the insistence on talking about the saga and showing the prequel stuff as if it's just as relevant as the other things, even though the other movies have not acted that way. I really think that they're going to bring in clones. I think that they're going to do some stuff where
I hope so,
Sidious
too.
is like made her just like Plagueis made Anakin or whatever the hell.
That would be
and
interesting.
Then
That would
this
actually be
is
interesting.
This is a clone.
I think that would be really cool, and that like somehow they've killed all the other clones, and like someone took her away, and
Who would she be a clone of, though?
the manipulated Sidious
Like,
to
in the
somehow
same way,
make
like,
him better.
The Immaculate Conception that had Anakin.
What if she was a clone of Leia? That'd be fucking awesome.
That's actually not a. I mean,
Because she
Leia, like,
she had the power.
and they always said that Leia was stronger than Luke.
We'll see, man.
That would blow
Yeah.
my fuck. I would be like, slow clap. You got me. You got me back. You won me back.
This trailer got me way more hyped than the last trailer did, and way more hyped than any Last Jedi trailer did. Having said that, it's just like it also just gives me a lot of concern. Where I'm just like, how can this movie do so much? Like, I just don't think that they can introduce all the elements.
I mean,
and-
they have what, roughly 2.5 hours to clean up.
Yeah.
And introduce all this. And
I mean,
really,
it could be 3, and like
It could
3
be
hours
3.
a lot of time to
I
develop
hope it's 3.
stuff. Yeah.
I hope it's 3. I would love
Me
that.
too.
I would love JJ to
Also-
take his time with this and be like, we're gonna tie up all the loose ends and try and make this series. I mean, this is like the culmination of 9 movies. They're up against a very, very steep uphill battle on this one.
Another thing which is kind of cheap, but like I could totally see them taking advantage of the scroll, like fixing things in the scroll. You know,
That's possible.
and that kind of just being like, oh, okay, these
Yeah.
issues are settled. The Rebel Alliance or whatever the new one is called is
found more people.
Resistance. Yeah, they've got way more people. Turns out someone
Everyone
did
answered
answer
the
the call.
call.
Yeah.
Although,
Whatever.
to be fair, and I know they said before that this is going to be the end of the Skywalker series. There's nothing saying that some of this stuff can't go on for whatever else they're going to do. It's possible that they could leave some loose threads or loose ends
No,
for
absolutely.
the other trilogies that
Yeah.
may or may not be happening to clean up a little bit. So
Yeah. I don't know. Seeing this is just like, I feel like JJ is going to make a really fun movie. Is it going to be a great movie? Is it going to be a classic Star Wars movie? I'm not sure. But seeing this, like, it just makes me think, like, I wish that we got a JJ trilogy. Like, I wish there was
do too.
one
I
single
wish he'd have
vision.
just signed on for that and just
But we
Or
didn't,
anyone,
so-
any director, just do a single trilogy. But it's just where this is at now. It's like, I
Not
just
any
don't have faith that they're going to be able to get it all together. I hope that I'm wrong. though, 'cause
I'm very optimistic. My hope is that it's enjoyable. That's all.
I think that we're going to get a lot of cool shit.
It's
We're
not
going to
gonna
get
be
a
Endgame.
lot of cameos from people from old movies. Anakin's coming. Hayden Christensen's coming back. I'll mark out. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think we've moved beyond the possibility that this will be an Endgame style movie. Like, I don't think it'll be as impactful as Endgame.
Totally.
Again,
So we just have to recalibrate our expectations and be like, this is going to be a fun, fitting end, hopefully, to the trilogy, and we'll enjoy it. And it's J.J. Abrams, so you know it's going to have some dope action sequences. And we'll see what happens with that double lightsaber. And will Kylo take his shirt off again? I'm not opposed to it. Will his mommy jeans be all the way up to his nip-nips? I don't know.
His mommy
We can only hope. We can only hope.
Yep.
So moving on, Kevin Feige once again comes out. We're talking Marvel. Ryan Coogler comes out. He is hard at work on another Black Panther film. May 6, 2022. Feige has the treatment. The name of the film isn't going to be Black Panther 2, but he doesn't want to reveal that yet. He doesn't want to reveal what's going on, the villain or anything.
I just want to be the guy that adds a lens flares to the logos. Put a little lens flare on the little bottom half of the P. That's good. Then on both little tips of the 2. That's great.
The tips of the 2.
A little bit of the N, like right at the crotch
in the middle of that N.
The apex of the A.
Crotch of the N.
Yeah.
What a great way to put it.
God bless it. And here's what I love about Feige and Marvel. Coogler knocks it out of the park with the first one. Who do they get back for the second one? Coogler. Hey, you did a great job on the first one.
Do it again.
Great?
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Man, why don't you take these characters and these actors that you've helped basically make successful and tell this awesome story with and just develop them further?
I'm excited for this movie. I just think that, like, without having what was his name? Killmonger?
Yeah.
Like, Killmonger is such a good villain.
Yeah, he was great.
And it's just like, I think that, like, that is one of the strongest things that film had. I'm curious to see what their plans are and what they do next with this.
I feel like this confirms what we've been talking about for a long time. Them not wanting to give the name. It's Namor, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Namor.
It's going to be Black Panther,
Namor.
War of Two Kings, or some shit like that.
Cool.
And I'm in. I'm super in. Then the other little bit that they didn't talk about here, but just interesting to think about. We still have 2 more movies in whatever phase this is in 2022, February 18th and July 29th.
So yeah, is this not Phase 4?
They didn't say it. They didn't show the thing.
Are we in Phase 4? It wasn't Spider-Man Far From
No,
Home the
no,
end
no.
of Phase 3?
Yes.
So we're not
technically
in it
Phase
yet.
4? Why can't we just start Phase 4?
No, well, we are.
Let's all just decide.
Black
Yeah, we're
Widow
starting
is,
Phase
but
4.
is 2022 Phase 5.
Oh, I see what you're
That's the
saying.
question.
My apologies.
Then Eternals, we got a big cast thing and the first concept art of all of their outfits. And more importantly, we got some new character announcements, new actor announcements. We got Barry Cogan playing a character named Druid. Gemma Chan, not sure on pronunciation.
No, you nailed
there.
it.
I gave 2 options, but she's going to be Cersei, who is like the main character in this movie. Weird thing there, this is her second role in the MCU. She was also one of the Captain Marvel characters. She was that alien-looking sniper girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah, she was in makeup. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, we don't give a fuck.
So that's a
Yeah.
different character, though.
Totally
Yeah.
different character.
Good for her.
Yeah. But
They're running out of actors.
So she's going to be Cersei, who's one of the main characters, who's one of the
jacked
Eternal.
female looks on that.
And playing a non-Eternal, a character named Dane Whitman, who is the character that takes up the moniker of Black Knight, will be played by Kit Harington,
All
Jon
right.
Snow himself.
Yeah.
And it sounds like they were talking about there's going to be a love story between an Eternal and a human. So you got to imagine it's going to be Cersei and Jon Snow.
All right.
In it to win it. And
Let's
I'll tell you
go,
this.
baby.
I said it before. I said I didn't think these kids from the Game of Thrones were going to have a career after this. And I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Because one of them got in with Disney. and
We
that's
lost
great.
one.
Two of them.
We lost
He's
one
right
We lost
there.
one to Fox.
No, but
We
there's
lost
one right
one
there.
Stark. We gained 2. Is the
There's Robb Stark.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Good for them. The Starks are back.
Yeah.
Stark's back, baby, and next to him. Camille.
Targaryen.
Fucking love it. Look how jacked he got. Look at
Yeah,
his
dude.
biceps. Good for
Jackie
you, buddy.
nailed, man. So that's that. And then Black Widow, they started talking about for. Yeah, there he is. Look at him.
Oh man,
It looks
yeah,
great.
That looks great. I didn't see it, but it's the other one where you can really see there's like a little shadow
You can see
inside.
if you
yeah.
want to see how big his arms are. Go watch the Silicon Valley season 6 and like series finale trailer because they cut to a wide of him and he's just like bowed out, just like I can't even put my arms around him, bro.
I can't wear a shirt anymore, man.
God, you and you're not being able to put your arms down is such
Next
a
up.
thing.
I can't wash my hair.
Black Widow. So we get this little teaser poster. It's not official, just kind of fun
Who's the
art.
dude on the right?
That is David Harbour. Is that his
Yeah.
Oh
name?
yeah,
That's
the
right.
guy from
Yeah,
Stranger
yeah.
Things.
Yeah.
is
He is essentially the Russian Captain America.
Sick.
Yeah. And
This is sweet. I'm in. Who's
we
that
get
guy? Who are you circling there?
That's
Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be the villain in this, which is really freaking
It's probably
cool.
gonna be Rachel Weisz, right?
Taskmaster?
Yeah.
She in this?
Yeah, she's
Oh,
right there
that's-
on the right.
That's interesting. I don't think about
Why
that.
not? Like,
Eh,
well,
that
they
could be
haven't
cool.
said who it is. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
So we get the same footage that we saw at Comic-Con, a lot of action scenes, a lot of crazy stuff. But then we also got an extended scene of them sitting around a table, a bunch of quick cuts and some cool action and character beats. Then Poog's character joking with Natasha for always making a pose when they fight. She's like, I don't do that. And then it cuts to a shot of doing the Black Widow pose in slow motion in a fight. And she's
Damn
like,
it, I did it.
she kind of shrugs. And then we also got the reveal of they're going to have a bunch of new white suits. I added another link there. Barrett, if you can pull that up on the doc. But yeah, it's a Black Widow suit, but it's white. So cool.
Sick.
It actually looks pretty
Snowsuit.
freaking tight.
It's gonna get real bloody, real
It's going to
fast.
get real
Yeah.
bloody, man.
Yeah.
Blood in the ledger and on that beautiful white suit. Can you go back to the teaser poster?
Cool.
Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah.
Just Control Shift T.
What I really like about this is like this is the most comic accurate looking costume we've seen of her so far with the,
I like the
yellow
gold.
gauntlet. Yeah, the gold gauntlets and belts and
and
stuff.
belt. That's so cool.
Pretty cool. Good way for her to go out.
Why she had the sticks though?
Because she wants to fuck
Got
you.
the
Because
batons,
those
dude.
the extendable
Yeah,
batons.
yeah.
So cool. Although the other day
people
I
up.
saw someone use an extendable whip as a like a personal.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, you go like this and the whip comes out and it's
What?
like it's a fucking like thick ass cable and you just fuck people up with it.
Jeez,
I saw
what-
two guys that are martial art like MMA guys are like doing a video with it and they're like we're gonna try this on each other and one guy hits the other and he's just like crippled him. He was like fuck. Anyway,
Don't be whipping people.
All right, yeah.
And then they moved out of the Marvel stuff to talk about some of the Disney live action shit. Jungle Cruise, The Rock baby.
I can't wait.
Let's go. He came out on a giant ship. It rose from the ground.
What's his life like? That's normal for
man.
him. I'd be like, this is the best day ever. He's like, this is just a who's day.
Nick, let me give you a quote from Dwayne The Rock Johnson. We wanted to make a movie that was big, epic, had romance, comedy, romance, and most importantly, me.
Yeah.
You gotta love him. They did something
That
weird
sweater he's
here.
wearing, it's amazing.
Kind of fun though. So this is Emily Blunt and him kind of co-starring in this. They showed a trailer for it. It had all the jokes that you expect from Jungle Cruise, Seventh Wonder of the World, all that stuff. So they had jokes from the ride. Says it's inspired by Indiana Jones, Romancing the Stone, etc.
Romancing the Stone.
Love
And
that
Johnson
movie.
came out and said, we made a movie about men kicking ass and saving the girl. And they showed the trailer for it, and The Rock's name is really big and whatever. And then Emily Blunt comes out just like, no, the trailer didn't have enough of me in it. This isn't The Rock's movie. It's our movie. Actually, it's my movie. Let's play the other trailer. And they play the trailer, and it's like her kicking a lot of ass with her name bigger.
That's great.
And it's just like, that's
fun.
really weird.
God, he looks good.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Look at his let's stop for a second. And I know I'm getting heavy on the wardrobe here. But look at the sweater The Rock's wearing. It's like sherbet ice cream. It goes from a gradient of like yellow to pink.
I don't like the gradient as much, but
love
I
it
do. I
'cause it
love
ties
the
in
pants.
with the actual logo of the Jungle Cruise. Like it's so perfect.
Do we need a Jungle Cruise movie? No.
Absolutely not.
I'm
Am I
excited
stoked
it's
about it?
happening. I'm
Hell
so
yeah.
excited it's
Jungle
happening.
Cruise, the best Disneyland ride of all time. Best jokes, best writing. I want to be a skipper one day, and I can't believe The Rock is a skipper.
Good for him. Love
then-
Emily Blunt. Did
then
you
we
guys watch
get-
Mary Poppins?
No.
Yeah.
It was good.
All right.
She was
didn't-
good.
It did nothing for me.
I think she was good in it. I'll put it
Yeah.
that way.
Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
Love it.
We got this new little. It's not a poster, but it's an image. We hear that her and Aurora are older, and the world is telling them that they're different and shouldn't be a family. The film is a fight for belief that what makes you different makes you stronger. Also, it's the definition of family, which isn't blood. It's what you love. Fine. Then they showed some Mulan
Damn,
footage.
all the hate from Maleficent. What's up, dude?
Does anyone
Did you
have
ever
love
watch
for it?
Did you watch the
watched
first one?
I thought that was fine. I actually like the first one.
Do you have any interest in watching this?
I mean, yes, I do. I'm gonna rush out to whatever flight
When-
I'm on,
when
and
Disney-
it's on, and I'm gonna watch it, like just like I did the first one.
Yeah.
When Disney Plus comes out,
Yeah,
you can watch the first one, and then October 18th we can go watch the second one, do it in review.
I will say I was shocked at how much I actually did enjoy the first one. I was
Yeah.
like, this is a cool little twist on this story. Nah, but I'll watch this on a plane 6 years from now.
To me, this stinks of remnants of the old Disney live action movies that like just keep happening. You know, it's like they've been trying to do something with Aladdin, Lion King, and like Lady and the Tramp and stuff, and this is just kind of like the more Alice in Wonderland era of things. Then the Mulan, they showed some footage of it, and the impressions were good. People said Mulan looks so good, emotional, goofy, powerful action. Really impressed. Wasn't expecting
Bring
to be.
the singing back, dude.
Bring it back.
bring it
baby.
back.
Eddie Murphy.
Back.
100%. Eddie Murphy was great in it. Mushu was fantastic.
Then we saw her first stuff about the movie Cruella. How did she get so cruel? Emma Stone and Emma Thompson will take us back to the early days of this diva. It's set in 70s London. It's punk rock, and there's Dalmatians. And this is the image they showed. It's shooting now.
Thanks, I hate it.
So here's the thing. I don't want this to happen. I hate Cruella, mostly because her name and my, like, Cruella, it just...
Never put that together and never letting that die.
People used to put it together in like elementary school because these kids are dumb. But
cool.
like also like why does she have a connection with Dalmatians? I understand
It's an obsession.
101 Dalmatians, but like she was just obsessed with fur.
Yeah.
Like I would.
And then when she found all the dogs, she was like, "I'm gonna kill all these dogs." And make a
well,
coat
she's
out
like,
of them."
it's the only coat I don't have.
Yeah.
Also, Emma Stone looks fucking awesome. They nailed
No,
it.
this look- if
that
you-
look is so cool.
Let me put it this way: if they told me this was a movie that Emma Stone was coming in that had nothing to do with 101 Dalmatians or Cruella de Vil, I'd be like, I'm interested. This looks cool. I like the look of it. I love the period of 70s London.
Go
Sure,
back
it
to it
sounds
real
fun.
quick.
My big question
This is fucking
is
weird.
this in the animated versions universe, or is this in the 101, 102 Dalmatians live action universe?
So she's a young Glenn Close.
Interesting.
We'll have to know.
Interesting.
Do we have to?
Couldn't care less about this.
The dude on the left, Nick. Do you know him? You know who he
Yeah,
is? I know he
recognize
was in.
him.
He was in I, Tonya.
Yes,
the weird-
he fucking
I
was.
fucking love him,
He was
and
great.
him taking up that role. Very interested to see.
God, he's
very
so good
interested
in
to
that.
see.
Go watch I, Tonya
Thank you,
if you
man.
haven't seen it.
There's
It's
a little
great
golden
fucking
pooch
movie.
in the back.
Great movie.
Sitting there.
Salty in the chat says this looks like a Blondie album cover. They're not wrong.
They're
That's
not
true.
wrong.
That's why I like it.
Blondie's fucking dope though.
2 Pixar films in 2020, and neither are a sequel. They're very proud of that. We got some images of Soul. It's about a middle school jazz teacher who maybe dies, ? And ends up at the U Seminar, a place where souls are made into individuals. He then goes on a cosmic adventure to try and get back to Earth in the form of his soul. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are doing the score.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
John Baptiste also is doing music. The voice actors are as follows. Curly, a drummer, voiced by Questlove.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Joe's mother is Felicia Rashad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Joe's nemesis is David Diggs
Hell fucking yeah. Let's
from
go.
Blindspotting
Let's
and
go.
Hamilton. And then Joe is voiced by Jamie Foxx.
I'm
And
in.
22, the soul that helps him, is voiced by Tina Fey.
Okay. This is a good cast.
22.
I'm in.
Speaking of good cast, Onward is the next Pixar movie. Here we have the little poster for it coming in March. Tom Holland and Chris Pratt.
We've seen a trailer for it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Holland and Chris Pratt came out. They're the dudes. They said last time we were here, we were space buddies fighting on Titan, and now we're elf buddies fighting in LA. Julia Louis-Dreyfus is their mom.
Oh, cool.
So fun. They showed about 8 minutes of the movie. People seem to be into it. And
I think I saw the trailer for this. I think we
Holland,
Yeah, we did. I think on.
Holland left saying, it's been a crazy week, but I just wanted to say, I love you 3,000. And people are losing their minds, losing their shit.
Damn it, Tom.
It hits harder than it should. You know.
God damn you, Tom.
I know.
You weren't so beautiful.
Then we moved on to Disney Animation Studios, and ladies and gentlemen, this one shit got real for one. Tim Gettys. They announced Raya and the Last Dragon. They're saying this is going to be the first Asian princess, like official princess, not Mulan being
Right,
kind of
right,
like
which
a
is not really
semi
princess.
if they won't they thing. We get the logo here. Cool, great. It's green. Jade. Huh? We got something going
Is this
on.
a previously established character or is this brand new?
No, it's-
Brand new.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
and
was
then-
Mulan? Does Mulan was the dude that she liked the prince?
No.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah. And then can you go to the next one? We get this little like concept art GIF video situation going on.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah. Directed
looks
by
really
Paul
cool.
Briggs and Dean Wellens, produced by Osnat Schurer, written by Adele Lim, inspired by the culture of Southeast Asia in every way, culture, design, etc. It's an epic fantasy adventure combining Disney with Hong Kong action movie. It takes place in a world called Kumandara, a country in peril, and a woman named Raya goes on a quest to find the last dragon to save her world. They showed a really brief clip that felt very Indiana Jones. And
Joey-
then
Dude,
can you
this
bring up the
looks
cast?
tight.
Joey
This
in the
looks-
chat was saying Aquafina, isn't it?
Can you bring up the cast?
Give me a second.
Boom. There we have the cast. Aquafina is Sisu the dragon.
God, she's so good.
And more
Good for her.
importantly, ladies and gentlemen, Raya herself will be voiced by Cassie Steele, a.k.a. Manny from Degrassi. My childhood, all coming together. Did I ever expect to see her anywhere except my Instagram feed? No. but she's back. She was the thong girl, if you don't remember, from Degrassi. There's a GIF. You guys can find it on the internet if you want it.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking it up.
Anyways, love to see her back. She is of Filipino descent, even though she played someone that was of Mexican descent in Degrassi.
Range.
So there we go. Now, join the Jade Empire. Then they rounded out everything with Frozen 2.
No, I'm going from behind here. I want.
Got it. Yeah.
That's it right there.
So Frozen 2, they showed the new poster for it. They said, how did Elsa get her powers? And that started getting the ball rolling for what the idea for this movie was. Where were their parents going? Why is Anna the way that she is? The story starts in the past. The parents
What's
have
wrong
a
with
scene.
Anna?
Not powerful. Doesn't have powers.
She's just useless.
She's
Will
just
she
a
have
human. She's a
powers?
human.
She's just
Or is she?
painting.
Or is she?
Kind of use it. She's like rich girl. You know, like I don't really have
Tim, do you
anything
think
to
there's
do.
do you think there's any chance they're gonna connect this to Tarzan and confirm?
I mean,
theories?
I think that they're gonna like unfortunately deconfirm some things with the amount that it seems like the parents are gonna focus in this movie because the parents have a scene in the movie. Evan Rachel Wood voices their mother, and a new character named Lieutenant Marius is voiced by Sterling K. Brown.
Love it.
They meet him in a mysterious woods that they go to. They showed a bunch of footage from this movie, including the big song called "Into the Unknown."
Does it sound good?
I don't know. People seem to really like it. I didn't get to
no
hear it.
one recorded it. Oh,
You weren't allowed
took
to.
away
They got their
phones.
phones taken.
Still, you put
Sterling
them,
K. Brown, man. So great. He's back. Anyway, Frozen 2 coming in November. And that's it for D23 movie and Disney Plus stuff.
That's it. There's so much that happened. I'm very excited.
Oh, and Avengers Endgame's coming to Disney Plus on December 11th. So a month after Disney Plus launch.
How many times will you have seen it by then?
Probably like 15.
Yeah, it's so good.
You have a problem, dude.
I know.
I actually legitimately was like, I kind of watch Endgame tonight.
good
And
stuff.
it was like
Just
10 o'clock at night. I'm like, I can't start it. I can't be up till
It's a
one because
great
I'll
call.
watch the whole thing.
You
Yeah,
will?
I can't.
all right. Now let's do some out on streaming platforms near you. So normally we do our show on Friday. So out on Friday will be The Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance. Yeah, you gonna check it out?
I'm interested in it, yeah.
Tight.
I need to rewatch the first one, though.
But
It's
a
a
prequel,
bit
right?
hard to get through.
I know, but like I want to.
Have you seen The Dark Crystal?
Yeah, I mean, a long
It's
time
a little
ago.
rough. Man.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a little hard to get through. Yeah.
All right, and
It's
on
definitely about the
Hulu
movie.
we have How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Check that one out. That's pretty good. Amazon Prime, we're getting Godzilla 2014's Godzilla.
Okay, cool.
In case you want to rewatch that bad boy, and The Fifth Element. These are both August
Love The Fifth
31st, so this
Element.
Saturday in the United States. All right, out in movie theaters near you. Not a lot. Spider-Man: Far From Home extended cut. Do you know this?
Yeah, they're adding 4 minutes of footage.
Great.
Something like that.
Great. And then a movie called Don't Let Go that caught my eye. It's about dude's brother, sister-in-law, and niece get killed. And he's all heartbroken over it. I think he might be a detective, or maybe. And
Ends up on a
he gets a phone
thing on the
call.
water.
Phone call
A
from
door.
his niece, and he's like, "What the hell's going on?" Turns out, like, he's talking to her 2 weeks ago. So they're trying to unravel who killed them and like how to like save them.
Oh,
It looks
an
interesting. It
concept.
looks interesting. All right. Last week I asked for your recos. This week I'm going to ask you at the bronze tier level to what D23 news were you most excited about? Let me know what you're most hyped about. I think for me, I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff. I think it's Wanda and WandaVision. Because like I want to see where that goes, and like that also could be the first place they bring back a character that's dead. And like once that happens, does death mean anything? You know? Yeah.
Does it ever really?
Yes.
Depending on your,
It's very final.
for some religions, not for others.
Sure. Last week I asked for your recommendations. Bunch of you wrote in. Thank you so much. First one is Mr. Yasman, The Naked Director on Netflix, and Fleabag on Amazon Prime. The Naked Director is inspired by true events about a Japanese man who impacted the porn industry in the 80s.
Love
in
it.
80s Japan. Fleabag is about a British woman who's a wreck and who's trying to get her life together. A bunch of people recommended the Naked Director, so I'm going to try to
the
check that
trailer
one
looks
out.
crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've seen the trailer a couple
Yeah.
times.
And I've actually watched Fleabag. It's good.
It's good.
Yeah, enjoyable.
The missus
Second-
likes Fleabag a lot.
Second season, better than the first. and that's the order I watched it in.
All right.
By accident.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Casey says, watch American Factory on Netflix.
Oh, I just queued that up.
It's a doc about a Chinese company that buys a glass factory in Ohio. It's very accurate. It's a very accurate look into a factory life and how Chinese factories work, coming from someone who spends 2 months in a year in a Chinese factory.
Man, the Chinese give Americans so much shit in that trailer. They're like, you guys don't work hard at all. Like, you guys just taking breaks left and right.
It's an interesting. Like, I saw the trailer and I really want to watch that. I'm gonna cue that up.
It looks really good.
Yeah. Matt Rohrback says my recommendations for this week would be Vox Lux, which is now streaming on Hulu in the U.S. Try to go in not knowing much. It stars Natalie Portman and has original music by Psy. S-I-A? Yeah, Psy?
S-I-A?
Sia. All right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Not Psy from
You're right,
Gangnam
which
Style.
is flipped. It's it's a stylish, scathing takedown of the exploitative music industry. Exploitative. Music. Oh, he misspelled that. Exploitive music industry. Seems like something you might be interested in, Tim.
Yeah.
Jacob the Beard says, listen to Barrett watch Letterkenny. It's the most cleverly written comedy I've ever watched. Thank you so much for your recommendations. Thank you for joining us today on Screencast. I hope you enjoyed the show. Go out and watch something, or just wait for...
Go out and watch something.
That's all you have? No, I wasn't... Damn it.